Let's talk about setting up an LTI site and understand what that means. So, setting up an LTI site integration uh, with Noteflight Learn. You'll find all the instructions for LTI integration in the LMS external LTI integration section. Wow, that's a mouthful. LMS external LTI. What does all that mean? Well, if you use Canvas or Blackboard or Schoology or Moodle or PowerSchool or Brightspace or edX, I'm probably missing the other 27 that exist now. These are all learning management systems or LMSs. And all of these subscribe to a protocol called LTI, or Learning Tools Interoperability. Don't worry, none of this is going to be on the test. The important thing is that if you're using Canvas, Moodle, Schoology, Blackboard, all those, you can integrate a Noteflight Learn site into that LMS directly. And you do that by, in the LMS, adding an external tool. Now, I'm going to show you the Noteflight pieces of this. There's some pieces that have to happen on your LMS side. Everyone does it slightly differently, but it's the same exact concept every time. It's called an LTI tool external integration, right? And this allows students to enter, teachers to enter, and assignments to happen. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Now I'm going to go back into my Noteflight Learn account. I'm going to actually log into Noteflight fresh, and I'm going to go create a new site here. And let me go ahead and log out of this person, and let me log in as I have a few people, right? So let's create a new site. Now, you will not have this many options. When you create a new site in Noteflight, you will select Set Up LTI Integration for another LMS. And this is all self-service as well. And this really takes 5 minutes or less. So I will LMS Site Integration. You will name your site here, and it's the same thing with Noteflight Learn. You're creating an LMS site that is a private site for students and teachers, and this will be accessed through your learning management system. Now, there's another piece of information you need, which is the login URL. So if you're using like Canvas or Moodle, you'll usually have like a Canvas instructor.yourschool, or sometimes your school will create like a benfranklinhighschool.org that is actual Canvas. But whatever URL you go to log in, you'll put that here. And that information is important for the integration. And then you will make this public. Now I'm going to fake one right now, mylms.org. That is not a real one. So you'll add site. Now what Noteflight's going to do is give you some information. You have to copy this down. You'll be able to get it later, but now you will go to your learning management system and you will be able to take the next steps. So I'll show you briefly what those look like. Right? In your LMS, you will go and it will ask you for some information, and it will basically ask for consumer key and basic LTI, and you literally just copy these two pieces of information into your LMS, and it's all connected. Now, what that means is that you can instantly actually log in to your LMS and you go into Noteflight. So the one thing to remember with LMS integration is that you don't have to roster anyone, right? After that integration happens, as soon as a student or teacher goes into your LMS and selects Noteflight, Noteflight will just let them in and it automatically happens. So that's a really, really cool feature about using something like Canvas or Schoology. So you'll just set it up, and again, you can integrate for the whole district or just one school. It totally doesn't matter either way. But the important thing is that if you do that, you can go, and I'll show briefly what this looks like. I'm actually in Canvas right now. So you'll load it in, and notice it just takes me into that site, and I have my own Noteflight account. So with an LTI integration, you set up an assignment here, and it launches you into Noteflight. And again, all of those instructions are available in the Noteflight Support Center under the entire section that has to do with LMS external integration. So that is LTI Site Integration Setup.